When using Google Assistant, most of us don't even consider who the voice is coming from. After all, it's artificial intelligence, not a real person. Sadly, most of us have grown out of that childhood phase where we long for a human-like cyborg companion that could keep us company and cheer us up.
We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
Really though, how would you feel if you knew that Google Assistant has a very human backstory? In an interview with The Atlantic, James Giangola, the lead conversation and persona designer at Google, spoke about the Assistant at great length in hopes of showing users around the world how much work was actually put into humanizing it. When the team set out to create its AI-based assistant, they knew that the line between a cool, futuristic feature and a mildly creepy voice bot is very, very thin. Google Assistant was never meant to seem totally human. That would just be disturbing, to say the least. If you've seen the movie Ex Machina, you probably don't ever want artificial intelligence to reach that point.
Stop. Stop. Ava, I said stop.
Ultimately, the Google Assistant voice was meant to be just human enough to make us feel comfortable. To achieve that elusive feeling of somewhat reserved comfort, Giangola and his team went to great lengths to perfect the Assistant and inject just the right amount of life into it.
It's alive! Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
You'd think that just hiring a skilled voice actor would be enough, but there was much more to consider than just finding a pleasant voice. When searching for the right voice actress and then training her later on, James Giangola came up with a very specific backstory for the AI. He did so because he wanted Google Assistant to appear real, and in order to give it a distinct personality, he gave the voice actress a lengthy background on the Assistant. First and foremost, the Assistant comes from Colorado, which gives her a neutral accent. She comes from a well-read family and is the youngest daughter of a physics professor, who has a BA in art history from Northwestern University, no less, and a research librarian. She once worked for a very popular late-night TV satirical pundit as a personal assistant. She was always a smart kid. She even won $100,000 on the kids' edition of Jeopardy! Oh, and she also likes kayaking. The need to create such a specific backstory may seem questionable, and it actually was questioned by James Giangola's colleagues. However, Giangola was able to prove his point during the audition process. When a colleague asked him how does anyone even sound like they're into kayaking, Giangola fired back. The candidate who just gave an audition. Do you think she sounded energetic, like she's up for kayaking? The colleague couldn't help but admit that she didn't, which to Giangola meant that she wasn't the right voice for the job. Aside from nailing the exact tone of her voice, which The Atlantic described as upbeat geekiness, the Assistant had to be trained to sound human not just by voice, but also by speech patterns and rhythms.
Hey Google, good morning.
Good morning, Rachel.
In the interview, James Giangola talked about some of the different small changes that were made to take the Assistant from robotic to almost natural. To illustrate the example, Giangola played a recording in which the AI had to contradict a user who wanted to book something on June 31st. It had to be done in a delicate, natural-sounding manner that still delivers the required information. When prompted, the Assistant simply replied, "Actually, June has only 30 days." This is the level of vocal realism Giangola was looking for. Although the Assistant's intricate backstory may seem like overkill, it seems to have helped Google find the right voice actress. According to Tech Bazier, the main voice of the Assistant is Antonio Flynn, who was cast back in 2016. However, Google is not very forthcoming with information about who exactly voices each version of the Assistant, so this needs to be taken with a grain of salt. The information originates from Reddit, where a user was able to track Flynn down based on her voice. But only Google knows whether she really is the friendly AI inside our mobile devices. You be the judge.
Sure, turning 3 lights on.
Get 6 free garlic Parmesan twists with the purchase of any large premium specialty pizza.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Slash Gear videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.